Randy Caldwell, Assistant Chief for the Maynard Fire Department.
And how long have you been there?
34 years.
So what made you want to get into firefighting in the first place?
Actually, I started 34 years ago with a recommendation from a friend. So I didn't have any family who was involved. I think it was more just always wanting to give back, and he piqued my interest in the firefighting service, so I gave it a shot.
You are the first person we've talked to that it wasn't because of family members and going down the line like that. So that's pretty cool. That's how you got your start into it. So how did it start? You got this recommendation, you went there.
Yeah, and I've been there 34 years, like I said. Years ago there was a waiting list, so I actually had to wait. My name had to be presented to the company, and it would have to sit on the table, and we would have to wait for somebody to either leave or whatever. We only had a certain number of slots. That's different today, unfortunately. I think it's a sign of the times, but overall, we're staffing our fire department well. But
can you tell me a little bit more about how things have changed from when you first got your start to how things are different for people coming in now?
Okay, so remember, we're talking 1983 and today's date. So just as society has changed, the fire service has to evolve with the changes in society. So a lot more requirements for training. The number of calls that we receive has increased over the years. I think, it's become more of a workplace environment, which is a good thing. I don't mean that in a bad sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
More of a workplace instead of, just people coming in to help when they can type deal.
Right. And when I talk to you about the camaraderie, it's not just limited to our department. I know you've interviewed a couple of other individuals, and we're very close. We train with those individuals on a regular basis. So it's really, that's like the extended family.
Right.
When people ask me how you develop these close relationships, it's hard to explain until you're in that situation.
Right.
So when you have somebody's back or they have yours in a burning building, there's a bond that it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But that bond is very strong.
What would you say is the best part about firefighting?
Well, for me, the best part, of course, is just being able to give back. I enjoy the physical part of that too. That's kind of what I do in my spare time. I do a lot of physical fitness type training, so I think that's really a good thing. And if you can couple that with some experience and giving back, I think that's really rewarding.
What would you say is the hardest part of everything?
I think it's hard, and we talked about the training. It's pretty demanding. I know a lot of us train on a regular basis, and depending if you are involved in a certain area, like if you're an EMT, there's EMS training. If you're a RIT member, Rapid Intervention Team member, then there's RIT training. And that's on top of whatever other department training that you have. So, that's pretty demanding on people today. Obviously, unlike years ago, both people in the household are working generally. So it's a strain on the family.
So what do you do when you're not involved with the fire station or things in the community? What do you do in your free time? Free time.
Well, I do a lot of other things. I'm an adjunct professor, so I teach some courses over at Mohawk Valley Community College.
Okay.
As I told you, I'm very involved in fitness. I'm actually a certified instructor. I don't do that though, for pay.
Right.
But I'm involved in that sort of stuff, and that really that with other things, family obligation, that kind of fills up the time.
Yeah, takes it all up.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that you would say or suggest to someone who may be considering, becoming a part of the fire department?
First of all, I think, go into this with, an open mind, realize what you're getting yourself into. But on the flip side of that, I think, volunteerism in itself is a great thing. It obviously it makes you feel good to give back to people. I mean, we're out there all the time in the community. We try to make ourselves visible. So it's not just the emergency calls, it's the other things that we do in the community as well to give back. So, we host Halloween parties, Santa Claus, we do a lot of other things as well.
Well, Randy, thank you for stopping in and talking to us. And your nominator had just some amazingly wonderful things to say about you. And it's obvious that you care about the community, you are dedicated, you're passionate about doing all this stuff, and you are so modest about it. We're proud to recognize you this week and feature you for Firefighter Friday.
Well, I appreciate that a lot, but again, I think everyone that you'll have sitting in this chair will say the same thing. I mean, we do not do this for the accolades, but thank you.